Good morning, everyone. My name is Madeline, and I'm going to be taking over the Instagram today to show you what a day in the life teaching English in Montevideo, Uruguay looks like. So follow along. Alright, I'll tell you a little bit about myself as I'm taking the elevator down to head out to work. But my name is Madeline, like I said. I'm 25 years old. I'm from the United States, from Minneapolis, Minnesota. But I've been living abroad for the past almost 3 years. I went to Grinnell College in Iowa. I lived in Spain for 2 years, volunteered in Turkey and Albania last summer, and then I got my TEFL certification in Costa Rica, and now I'm here. And now I just got to my floor. Okay. I've tried to record this a few times and I keep getting cut off either by having to run across the street or getting embarrassed talking on my phone in public, but we'll get over that. So I'm walking to work right now, and I work in the center of Montevideo, and yeah, it's a little bit cold. Today is my first day breaking out the warmest jacket that I brought here. As a Minnesotan, it does pain me to say that I'm cold at 49 degrees Fahrenheit, 9 degrees Celsius, but here we are. I'm cold. It is what it is. It's just the humidity and the wind. So yeah, but heading to work, almost there. Alright, hello everyone, I'm back. I have a little bit more work to finish up right now, but just wanted to let you know I'm seeing all of your questions. I'll start answering them soon and show you a little bit about where I work. I just finished up all my classes for the day. Thursday is kind of a short day, so yeah, I'll be back. Okay everyone, I'm pretty much done with my work for the day, so I thought I would show you where I teach for most of my teaching jobs here. So this is my teaching job in Uruguay. It's like kind of an interesting combination of in-person and online. So I am teaching them, I see them through a screen, but all of the kids are like in their classes in person with their in-person teacher. And so I work with schools all over Uruguay. It's very interesting, really cool. And so I'll show you what my little setup looks like. Hello. Alright, you can see the beautiful, nice sunny day we're having here. I've gotten a few questions about how I found or applied for my job. So the job that I have here in Uruguay, in Montevideo, I found through the ITA resources of like the school finder. So that was super helpful. I knew I wanted to move to Uruguay, and I emailed a bunch of people and I interviewed before I even came here and was like, okay, I'll live in Montevideo without even having been here, and it's worked out really well, so that's good. But I also have a job in Costa Rica that is just 3 hours a week teaching some high schoolers. So I found that as well through ITA. They came to our class and did a presentation. So that is how I found my jobs. And then I also have a private student through the same work that I have in Uruguay. So it's been kind of a chaotic schedule, but it's worked out pretty well. Alright, so I've gotten a few questions like this, so I thought I would address this one. So this is my third year working abroad as an English teacher, and that has been my only job. I worked last year through the NALCAT program in Spain, working as a language assistant, and that was my only job other than a few private lessons on the side. And that was enough the past 2 years to cover cost of living, same as here. I've only been here 2 months, but I think it will be enough to cover cost of living. It is a lot more expensive here in Uruguay than a lot of other countries in South America, but yeah, covers cost of living, but definitely was helpful. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to travel as much as I did. I did a lot of traveling around Europe and around Spain when I was living there, and I wouldn't have been able to do that just off of the TEFL job. I used savings from jobs in the United States for that. So that is the one stipulation. But otherwise, yes. Okay, I was going to take you to the Rambla for sunset, and I kind of forgot that the sun was setting. So we'll see if we make it. I'm only a 5-minute walk, I think. So we'll see. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I could never be an influencer because this is like my 8th take of this video because I keep either losing my train of thought or people walk past in the background like right as I start filming and then I get embarrassed. But here I am at the Rambla. This is the boardwalk of Montevideo. This is my final take, okay? I'm deciding it right now. This is the longest boardwalk in the world. I just looked it up to verify. Definitely the longest in Latin America. Seems like definitely the longest in the world, depending on what you count as like the start and finish. But very nice place. This is actually my first time coming to watch the sunset here because I just moved like a week ago into a new neighborhood, so I'm not super familiar with it, but I love it. Very happy that this is a 5-minute walk from where I live, and I love the ocean. All right, sorry for the brief intermission. My phone died when I was at the Rambla, and then I went grocery shopping and I baked brownies and I called my parents, and now it's 8:30 and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't updated this for a while. But I'm on my way actually back to the grocery store because I didn't know that I didn't have enough sugar to make frosting, and frosting is the most important part of brownies. So we're going back to the grocery store and I'll answer some more questions when I get back. All right, I'm back from the store, got my sugar ready to make my frosting, figured I would answer a question first. I would say that honestly for me I've found it pretty easy to adjust to life in Uruguay. I think just the more I move, maybe personally, the easier it is for me to adjust to new places because I keep I feel like I build up like ways to find communities and meet people and like make routines and adjust to life in general. But I think Uruguay has made it very easy. People are super, super nice here. I lived in a hostel for the first 2 months, and so I was able to I was always around people, which I think helped a lot. My coworkers are all super nice, like you saw in the video from lunch. And yeah, it's been a good energy. All right, I just wanted to make an amendment to my last video because I feel like I made it sound like, everything is perfect, like it's all amazing. And I have had an incredible experience in Uruguay, but also, and living abroad in general, the past 2 years in Spain and everything. But life in general is obviously not all just amazing, smooth sailing things or whatever. That wouldn't be life. And especially if you're like moving to a place that you don't know anyone, where you may not speak the language. Like I speak Spanish, so like coming here has been easier, especially after living in Spain for 2 years. I think the more I've lived abroad and like spoken Spanish, that has made things easier like for me right now. But obviously there are going to be like challenges and difficult parts, and it's not all going to be great and sunshine and rainbows and everything. So I don't want to make it sound like that, but like at least for me it has been worth it. And like you'll get through those parts, All right, I'm gonna be making my frosting as I make this video, but really how I decided on Uruguay was kind of random. Not fully random, but I just I would love to go to Colombia and Mexico and everywhere else in South America really, and pretty much everywhere else in the world, honestly. But you have to kind of pick a place to start, So I ended up in Uruguay and I love it, so that's good. But okay, sorry, I had to move. I had to get my brownies on the stove and then they were boiling, and then we're back. We're starting now. The frosting, I mean, but I will answer the rest of the question. So honestly, best advice to taking the leap, you just have to do it. I know that sounds like such a cop-out answer, and it's like obviously way easier said than done. Like logistically, it is super hard to just do it, but like if you really want to, like you'll make it happen. And if you're not doing it just because you're like nervous or scared, like that's not a good enough reason, Like what are you scared about? What's gonna go wrong? The worst thing that can happen is that like you don't like it. Like maybe you're gonna be miserable, but like then you can just change. Like you can just go home, you can go somewhere else. Like you can always change whatever you decide to do. No decision is like, you can't like reverse it, So that's my advice as I make my frosting. All right, I will answer a couple more questions before I get ready for bed and sign off for the night. But I have been a couple other places in South America. This is my first time in South America, so I haven't been to very many places. I just I went from home in the fall. I went to Costa Rica for a month in January, then from there to Brazil for 2 weeks, and then I came here. And then I've been to Argentina also from here for a week. But yeah, safety-wise, obviously, I mean, it depends on the place. Even within the country, depends on like the city, and within the city depends on the neighborhood and everything. So just as long as you're doing your research and like, you know, being smart, and obviously as a solo female traveler, you have to keep your wits about you wherever you are, but in some places more than others. But I had a great experience in all the places that I've been to so far. Okay, I was watching my braids slowly deteriorate throughout the day, so I had to take them out just now. But I love this question. One of my good friends asked this question, but I just love meeting new people, and I love, like, there are just so many cool people in the world, and there's so many cool places in the world, and I love experiencing all of it. And just like, I've met so many amazing people through travel, and who I stay in contact with still, which is like crazy. There's just like people that you connect with, and you just don't know where you're gonna meet them or when or how long they'll be in your life for. But I think that's beautiful. That's the hardest part, is always saying goodbye to people and places and communities and everything. But I mean, I think it's worth it to have those things in your life. So yeah, that's my favorite thing. Okay, I was watching my braids slowly deteriorate throughout the day, so I had to take them out just now. But I love this question. One of my good friends asked this question, but I just love meeting new people, and I love, like, there are just so many cool people in the world, and there's so many cool places in the world, and I love experiencing all of it. And just like, I've met so many amazing people through travel, and who I stay in contact with still, which is like crazy. There's just like people that you connect with, and you just don't know where you're gonna meet them or when or how long they'll be in your life for. But I think that's beautiful. That's the hardest part, is always saying goodbye to people and places and communities and everything. But I mean, I think it's worth it to have those things in your life. So yeah, that's my favorite thing. All right, everyone, I just cut myself a little brownie. Cheers. I am going to start getting ready for bed, so I'm signing off now. But thank you for following along, and I hope you enjoyed watching a little sneak peek into life in Uruguay, and that maybe this will motivate you to take the next step and move abroad, because I love motivating people to move abroad. But no matter what, hopefully you enjoyed, and yeah, good night.